Before we continue to the video, let me show you what's going to happen. We have two links and we are sending information to the server and collecting that information in the server using a GET request with query parameters. Let's go.
Django, Python, JavaScript, tutorials for Jamie, this is so loud.
What the fuck, HTML?
There's only C.
Alright, I will be following this post in my blog. Link is in the description for GET requests using query parameters for Django. I also have a basic Django project running. If you want to download it from GitHub, the link is also in the description. If you prefer, you can use your own. Now, first thing, let's create anchor tags in this template. So let me open VS Code and go to polls, templates, index.html. We can create a anchor tag and we are going to define a specific link. So we know that in the root of the website, we're running an index class-based view, which is here. So basically at this point, it only has the template name attributes. And what we are going to do is to add parameters to this link, like so. So we know it's the root. We can give it some name, it could be param, and then we can give it some value. Imagine value 1 can be text, and let's give it a name to the link. We add line break in there and reload this. Now if I click this right now, it's not gonna do anything at all except adding the query to the URL. Now what we want frequently is to receive this value in the server, and based on that we can make other decisions. So let's go to views, and in there I'm going to create a method of a class-based view. So it's a popular method named getContextData. Just like that. My editor does this automatically for me. If you want, you can copy from the posts or take your time to write it. And I'm going to say that context is equal to this and return the context instead. Okay. So now the question is, how do we retrieve the value of param coming from the client? It's simple. Let's create a variable named param and say that it's equal to self, and self has requests in it. We do get again with lowercase, and we pass in the name of the parameter. So in this case, it's param. It refers to this name in here, okay? Let's go back to the views. We can print it to make sure that we're really getting it. And let's try that now. Okay. Now if I click it, it's getting value 1, okay? Just like that. So imagine instead of having only one, we can create one other. But this time for value 2. Let's reload and value 2. Okay. Often what happens, let me add a line break in there, is based on what you receive on the server, you send data back to the client. So we can do something like this: context, param, and let's just say that it's the param itself. And we can say some other information. So this is optional. Say message with some message from the server. Okay. Now, if you want to print this information, you go to index and simply use a template tag for message and the other for the parameter. Let's make a final test to that. And there you go. Value 1, value 2. It first goes to the server and the server returns this to the client. Of course, this is just an example. So that's about it. The next video, we're gonna do another GET request, this time using URL parameters instead of query sets. And yeah, I hope you liked it, and let's go. Bye.